Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-minute gamer, and Ubisoft have just dropped the trailer for the new Tom Clancy game, XDefiant. I can hardly say it. XDefiant. It's a terrible name. I hate pretty much everything about this trailer. Ubisoft has not read the room. I've literally got my head in my hands. I can't even explain how disrespectful this is to the whole Tom Clancy franchise. I understand sometimes you need to go off in a bit of a different direction, and they kept going on about how this is Tom Clancy evolving. Tom Clancy's dead. He's not evolving anymore, guys. So maybe I think they should have dropped the whole Tom Clancy thing. I know he owns the intellectual rights, and if they put certain things in the game, it becomes a Tom Clancy game. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, comment below to let me know what you think about this trailer. Is it just me? I don't know if I'm just getting old now. I'm getting really old. I don't know if I'm just like... Also, this new logo with the X there instead of the apostrophe. I don't want to swear. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Oh, it's so bad.
We're excited to share a first look at a project we're developing at Ubisoft San Francisco. This is our take.
So this is Ubisoft San Francisco. They're saying it's their take
on a multiplayer first-person shooter.
First-person shooter.
And find out what you think.
Our goal is to make a best-in-class shooter for you, the players, to compete
and have fun with your friends. It's fast-paced firefights meets punk rock mosh pit.
Firefights mixed with punk rock mosh pit. Tom Clancy game. Yep, you see where this is going.
We're proud to introduce our new game, Tom
XDefiant. Possibly the worst name for a game I've ever heard. XD because it's smiley face. Do you get it? It is awful. Absolutely terrible. They went this way with Watch Dogs and were like, oh, look how cool all these characters are. Watch Dogs 2 stepped up a bit too much as well. Like, oh my god, we're all cool with San Francisco, etc. This isn't cool, guys. Like, I know this isn't cool. I can see this. This is a bunch of old men sitting in the room going, what do kids love these days? What's cool? And they come up with this.
Clancy's XDefiant.
All I can come up with on it.
Your feedback is essential to help us make this game great.
Later in this video, we'll tell you how to get involved.
But first, we'll get into the action.
So, as you can see, we're just going to stop very colourful and graffiti. Kind of looks a bit like a Tony Hawk type thing when you load in. You can see though it's colourful and the lighting looks very good. I will give them that. But just look at this snow texture, looks pretty terrible. The way this thing isn't arching up but fires a missile up, again, not that great. Very low res textures on the graffiti there as well.
This is a free-to-play, high-octane shooter combining realistic gunplay with...
And look at them fire effects. Awful. Terrible effects there, I think.
Those classes are represented in our game as factions, each bringing unique gameplay and team dynamics. Every faction comes equipped with traits, abilities, and an ultra to complement your playstyle and the faction's role. Used skillfully, each faction is capable of swinging the momentum of a match. Our factions are at the heart of the game. They're inspired by maverick groups.
So he kind of explained it there. Basically, there's 4 factions in the game. They're the Echelon, as in the Splinter Cell dudes, Outcasts, Wolves, and Cleaners. So the only reason I can see why they put these in here is so they can maintain the Tom Clancy license. I can't see any other reason why you would have them in. What I will say though, the faction models look really, really, really good. I think they just look, the modeling, the textures look decent, and also the variety and the difference between them is all there. Oh, did I mention it's free to play as well? Didn't mention that. You know where this is going. Microtransaction to hell with cosmetics. Anyway, so let's kind of roll it back a little bit and see what we kind of went through there. So we had the wolves, which are the tanks. As you can see, they have shields.
Unique gameplay and team dynamics.
But you can see they've got this kind of unique-ish
Every
gun
faction
here, which kind of like electrocutes. These guys have flamethrowers.
Equipped with traits, abilities, and an ultra to complement your
Echelon will kind of feed information between other people so they can spot people through walls and stuff like that. Everyone loves a good spotter. You can see a bit of the UI there, very simplistic.
playstyle and the faction's role. Used skillfully, each faction is capable.
So these guys are healers. The way she drops this thing is
Each
terrible.
faction is capable of swinging.
But
the
you can
momentum
see this is like in New York, as in like the Division. But just look how bad that bus looks. Look at the low res textures on that. Looks terrible. But there is like a mech thing there, which is always good.
They're inspired by maverick groups from across Tom Clancy's games and beyond. From this,
So you can see here, a closer look up at the gun. I think it looks pretty terrible. I think that texture model, that look of that gun, definitely isn't up to 2021 standards. But I do love the background lighting effects. I mean, look at the lighting on here, really good. All the graffiti is really vibrant and stuff.
inspiration, we created new characters and gameplay.
You can see, put a shield up.
our
We've got an
shooter.
invisible woman there. We've got a turret going up.
And will continue to
So you can see some sort of like New York here, kind of like Statue of Liberty. This scene you see a few times within like some sort of churchyard.
and will continue to add to this diverse cast.
Just looking at that character model, just look how good that looks. I think that just looks fantastic. One thing I did say before, the character models are good, but emotes again.
As the game evolves.
Look at that. Now we've got some guys here just to show off more character models. You can see, looks, especially this dude here, I think looks fantastic.
Now, while factions help you define your role, we know to be a great shooter, the gunplay has to be our top priority.
I want to say there, they mentioned the gunplay has to be the top priority. In this whole trailer, we've seen maybe about 5 seconds of gunplay, 10 seconds at best of a 1 minute 48 trailer. I don't think that sells the gunplay enough for me, but it might for you.
We have an ever-growing arsenal of authentic weapons and attachments.
So you can see here, reload animations.
We put a lot of
What I do like is when you clicked it back in, the slider went forward, which I thought was a good
care
touch.
into how our weapons.
But again, I don't think the gun textures are particularly anything to write home about. That looks very bland with some very strange texturing over the top. And the sniper rifle, again, I don't think looks that great. They've obviously given a bit of a home feel with like attachments and stuff.
Our weapons look
Hugely
and
impressed.
feel.
This is a look at gunplay. So what, we're 2 minutes into the game,
We've
and
crafted
the first shot,
every weapon
it's this shot that gets me. Look at
attachment
it.
for precise.
That gun does not move a inch, centimeter, up, down, left, right. That lasers into that guy's head. Absolutely
satisfying.
lasers. Here we have a shotgun, so slide a giraffe. Oh my god, I didn't see that when I was watching it originally. Game of the year, game of the year. It has a giraffe in. For those who do know me, I love giraffes. Oh my god, right. Yeah, that sold me. Perfectly great.
Gunplay.
It's this shot here, like...
Satisfying gunplay.
Like, to me, that's kind of aiming when the fire,
Satisfying gunplay.
like, kind of here. Plus, the guy's moving this way. I feel like it feels a bit staged, and I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't think that's realistic gunplay at all. Here, again. Realistic? I don't know. I think that scope looks pretty rubbish as well. first. Yeah, look, the whole inside that scope disappears when he's moving. And then comes back there. Oh, Ubisoft. Realistic weapons, don't forget. Anyway.
Players can mix and match any faction and weapon loadout. You can swap at respawn to adapt to a changing battlefield. Personalize your faction and loadout to be what you need when you need it.
I don't get that grenade. It just kind of knocks them over. I don't really understand what that's about.
And I can't stress this hard enough. We are a shooter.
Actually shrugs my shoulders
first.
there. And the way he says, we are a shooter first, in a trailer where you've shown very little gunplay. We've seen, what, 4 kills? 5, 6, 7 kills, maybe, in 2.5 minutes.
And your abilities and ultras create unique opportunities to set up nail-biting shootouts and unforgettable clutch plays.
And we have sliding like Call of Duty. Again, I don't think that gun model looks particularly great, but the lighting, yeah.
Personalizing classes, guns, and gear in a fast-paced fight is a whole new experience in Tom Clancy gaming.
We are super stoked by what we've accomplished so far.
And I couldn't be more.
So, yeah, that's what they've accomplished so far. When does this game come out? I hear you say. Well, they're reckoning next month to start the beta tests and stuff like that.
More proud of our incredible
However, coming up are animals.
team.
So just enjoy that. Look,
we want
kitty!
to personally thank
Yes.
everyone that's worked so hard during the
And we've got
pandemic
lots
to
of
keep the
kitties and
momentum
animals
going
and
on this
stuff.
game.
Look, dog, kitty.
We understand that
kitty,
it's been even
kitty.
harder for some of you. We hope that we can build a community that's a place where people can connect and have fun.
And we're committed to creating a welcoming game based on fair play and transparency, whether you're playing casually or pushing yourself competitively.
And the game's still in early.
So if you want to sign up, go to playxdefiant.com. We're going to have a look at that website in a minute. In fact, so here's the website. I instantly hate this banner with all my human bones in my body. It looks terrible. Oh, look. We're Ubisoft. We're cool. No, you're not. XDefiant. Oh, God. Tom Clancy's XDefiant is a free-to-play, fast-paced arena shooter that combines intense gunplay with personalized loadouts and specialized factions as teams of gunfighters called Defiants battle for domination. Welcome to Tom Clancy's XDefiant registration page. From what I believe, it's only going to be in US and Canada at first, but obviously we're going to sign up and register and give it a go. Personalize your Defiant and match your playstyle. Choose your faction, traits, abilities, and ultras. Select from an arsenal of primary and secondary weapons, attachments, and a device to complete your loadout. Tom Clancy's XDefiant offers a variety of competitive 6 vs 6 arena and linear game modes, such as Domination and Escort. Combine that with a large pool of uniquely designed maps in rotation, and no 2 matches will ever feel the same. Wolves, Outcast, Cleaners, and Echelon factions battling across iconic locations. Is everyone there with me? Now, it does sound pretty terrible. FAQs, what is it? How can I play? So yeah, if you want to sign up to it, get registered. Just go register with your Ubisoft account and it'll do it all for you. Yeah, so that's kind of XDefiant. It's such, I almost forgot the name already. It is for me going to be, if this lasts more than a year, I'd be surprised. 2 years maximum. I don't think anyone will be playing this. I think they're behind the curve on what people want from gaming at the moment. And also if they're coming out sort of August for beta testing, probably early 2022, you're gonna have Battlefield's gonna be the dominant multiplayer game out there. This isn't gonna compete with that. And it's kind of like a bunch of execs sat around an office and just went, what's cool? What do people want? And what can we make the most money from? And they've went hero shooter, free to play, colourful, in your face, pompous, as I call them, very hipster, pompy characters that will have quips and one-liners and be edgy in what they're saying, constantly never shut up. And the sort of people that young people kind of go with. But for me, as an older player, I can guarantee I'm not going to enjoy this game. I'm going to try it, of course. It's a shooter game. Always going to try it. Might be fun with friends, but I don't think it's putting Gunplay first. I think it's putting microtransactions and money, and nothing here is unique. It's nothing we haven't seen in a million games before. The graphics look like they're from 3-4 years ago. If you go and bring up the trailer for Low Biden or whatever it was called back about 4 or 5 years ago, Lawbreakers, that's it. It doesn't look any different graphically from that. This has not moved on at all from them sort of graphics. It's just to put a bit of color into it, try to make it a bit of fun, and I don't think it's made by fun people who are going to kind of get it. Will it be popular? Possibly. I think you'll probably see quite a few people pick it up on free to play straight away. You'll probably get a good amount of players dropping off after 6 months. Within a year, I don't think you'll see many people playing it outside of them whales or them people who spent a lot of money on it or who have that time and dedication to give. And especially with the just announced that Assassin's Creed's going live service as well. This is kind of another live service game which is going to have updates and no season passes, I would guess. And that's all they're looking for is money, 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 money. Season passes and live services. The Crew 2 is still going on like that. They want to turn Assassin's Creed into it. They've now turned Rainbow Six, Tom Clancy, whatever into it as well. So it's the way they're going to go. And if you support it, you're going to lose all your favorite games. You're just going to lose them all to things like this where all they're doing is trying to get as much money out of you as possible. And you know what, guys? I'm going to end it there. Let me know in the comments below what you think. That's what I think about it. And I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.